was April 7th, 2008. Memphis just scored a basket. Time was running out. Kansas University's Mario Chalmers gets the ball, takes a jump shot at the free throw line. The ball's in the air. Time slowing down. It goes in. Kansas University goes into overtime for the NCAA Men's National Championship for basketball. Later on, they win. Shots like that can change the course of a game or even a season. But the game of basketball has changed our lives, whether you think it has or not. I have done several projects on basketball, research projects, other things. I've played for a couple years, and I always wanted to know more. And I know you all have played basketball, or at the very least watched it, and it definitely has an impact on our lives. So now I will inform you on the history of basketball, with how it was created, some of the incredible records set, as well as how it has changed our society. I'll begin by telling you how basketball started. Now, George Lawhead, a writer for KansasHeritage.org, wrote about the beginning of basketball. James Naismith, the creator of basketball, needed a game that could be played inside during winter. He wanted a game that involved a little more strength, or skill rather than brute strength. And he also needed to be able to play indoors in a relatively small area. His creation, basketball. Now, originally, it was a very difficult game. It required a lot of finesse and strategy. The players could not walk with the ball, obviously, but at this point, they couldn't dribble. And they had to use a soccer ball, and they had to, once close enough, shoot it into a peach basket, which was used as the net at that point in time. So, pretty difficult. The first game took place in December of 1961. The 2006 edition of World Book Wright. It took place between James Naismith's PE class in December of 1891. And basically after that game, the success, his original 13 rules were drafted in the school newspaper. Soon the game of basketball sprouted up all over YMCAs, high schools, colleges, and eventually pro teams. Now as the sport spread, so did the rules. A player could dribble. The 35-second shot clock was added, and also the glass backboard, the metal rim, and the net were added. And along with this, players advanced and came up with new shots like the jump shot, slam dunk, and alley-oop. Next, let's move into some of the incredible records set. Most of these records were set in the U.S., and two of the most impressive records were what I found with the Olympic teams and Will Chamberlain. Now, the Olympic teams, the Indiana Basketball History magazine, written by Chris May, summer of 2012 edition, writes that the U.S. had little difficulty beating France 65-21 in the Olympics, making them overall undefeated in men's basketball since it was introduced in 1936. Now, that was written a little while ago, but overall the U.S. is 14 out of 17 in gold medals in the Olympics. So basically every single time they've entered, almost every time they've won gold, and they have medaled every time. Now, the most impressive individual record I found was Will Chamberlain. Brad Herzog in Hoop Mania writes about Will Chamberlain and his 100-point game night in 1960. He scored 100 points in a single game, and that is the highest scoring record in all of the NBA in all time. And I don't think anyone will come close to meeting that. Certainly no one from here on, from then. And now I will move into how basketball has changed our society and culture. Now, basketball has always been a sport that has pushed for equality. It has advanced further in that aspect, faster than most other sports. Women were actually playing the game since it began. The first women's game occurred in 1892, and if you'll notice, that's less than 1 year after the first game of basketball. So they have been playing since the very beginning. Also, the African Americans have advanced far in basketball, and this kind of originated with the Harlem Globetrotters. They were an all-African American team who basically played for entertainment of others, but also for civil rights. Helped spread the word on that, gain popularity through that. And one of the most popular events, Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, also added a lot of weight with that. Gary Pomerantz reported for Three Rivers Press on the event when Wilt Chamberlain got his 100-point game night. And Wilt Chamberlain says, I'm no Jackie Robinson, and I'm certainly no civil rights activist, but with his 100-point game, at this point in time, basketball had a limit on the number of African Americans you could have on your team. But after this game, that basically went out the window. After that, basketball was fully desegregated. And so he had a huge impact on that. So now I have taught you about the history of basketball, some incredible records set, and how it has changed our society and culture. And I hope next time you watch basketball or play basketball that you remember an incredible shot, a great game, a new record set, because you don't know how it could affect our future. Thank you.